Big thanks to Ethan for sponsoring this episode. This is the preview version of the episode if you'd like to hear the whole thing. As for our patrons, if you go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv, $5 a month gets you all the back episodes. Check it out. It is a fun one. My name is Gary Butterfield.
My name is Cole Ross.
And you're listening to Watch Out for Fireballs. It is a Games Club podcast.
And this week we are talking about Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which is a character action game developed by Platinum Games and published by Konami for the Xbox 360 and PS3 in 2013.
Yeah, and this is executive produced by Ethan.
Thanks,
Go,
Ethan. Yeah.
Ethan.
I am really happy to finally...
Just said it like I say pocket. Ethan.
I'm very happy to finally get this on the docket here. So, Ethan, thank you for forcing our hand.
This has been in the pile forever.
Yes.
In part because it's something that we both like, and then also in part because it's my insisting that we do this or Metal Gear Acid before we do another mainline Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Before we eventually get to 3 and then leave and then 5 and Acid and then leave the series behind.
Yep. Just gonna breeze right past 4 with a brief little summary that I put here in the outline to set up the context for this game.
I watched some YouTube, essayist critical essays about Metal Gear Solid 4. Before playing this, because I only started that. I never actually played it. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see what happens. And it really doubled down on my, I'm never going to play the game with a Diarrhea Man wedding.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it. I can't. Mm-hmm. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Nope.
Cannot do it.
I've played it twice. I played it twice. So I did one for me and one for you, and we're good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
When there's only one set of footsteps. When there's only one box scraping across the ground.
Yep.
So this is our premium episode for the month, which means everybody's getting this part. And then when we get down to the beat by beat, talking about the boss fights, that's for patrons. If you'd like to join us there, you can go to patreon.com/DuckFeedTV. $5 a month gets you all of the back episodes and bonus shows and just a bounty of stuff.
Yeah.
So we'd suggest.
We think it's a good value. And I think this is going to be a fun episode. So this game takes place as a Metal Gear Solid spinoff, takes place in 2018. Remember when all this happened, Gary?
Yeah, the Senate races, Blue Wave.
Oof. 4 years. Takes place 4 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 4. You play as Raiden, who was introduced in Metal Gear Solid 2, then came back as a cyborg ninja in 4. He now works for a private security company in the wake of the events of Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. Do you want to tag team this short little summary that I have here, or do you want me to explain it?
Just tell me about Metal Gear Solid 4.
Okay, I'm going to give you the short...
I will sit here as an audience. So
okay. Metal Gear Solid 4 is the conclusion of the story about not only Solid Snake himself, but also the Patriots, this global cabal that initially was run by a bunch of people, but then they handed control of the economy and wars and stuff over to AI, programmed to ensure economic prosperity through continual proxy wars, and set up this massive surveillance and warfare system known as Sons of the Patriots, which basically just micromanaged every aspect of the war economy. 4's events show the downfall of the Patriots Order, as just many, many different conspiracies crash into each other to take them down. And though they fell, the world still remained devastated by these wars, and all of these new toys that were developed by the Patriots and others, including Metal Gears, were just kind of laying around waiting to be misused.
Yeah, just a couple of follow-up questions.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time getting Kojima's point. Is war good or bad?
War is bad, but war that is for no other purpose than conflict's sake is even worse. Kojima has a real big, and we're going to see that in this game as well. There's a real big idea that if you're going to fight, then you had better be fighting for something. That was Big Boss's whole thing, but he took it and perverted it, but then it ultimately came back around as being a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was being jokey. I know what Kojima thinks about war. Yeah. My 2-part question was whether he thinks soldiers are good.
Well, war is bad. War is bad, but soldiers are good.
Yeah, because he's transparent.
Yes,
as a man. So Raiden ended up in this because after Metal Gear Solid 2, he drifted apart from his wife Rose and underwent an experimental process to turn to a cyborg ninja. Mm-hmm. So he lived several years reliving his trauma as a child soldier, fighting in this kind of fugue state, like a Winter Soldier kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And now he's back as a powerful cyborg going up against a rival cyborg security firm, this specific one called Desperado, that are doing some nasty stuff. Would you believe it? To create wars for economy.
Yes.
Ultimately, would you believe that in the Metal Gear game, that is the plot of the villain?
Yeah, that is absolutely the case. Just trying to revive the old order and calling it something new. Outright hypocritically, too. There are several moments where one of them just says, I mean, we'll get there, but he says, oh, we didn't create the demand for war. You know, people were fighting long before the Patriots, but also we need to stage these false flag events so people will buy our stuff.
This is so unbelievably juvenile that I'm going to pull my fucking hair out.
Yep.
As a philosophy. I'm sorry. Like I'm not trying to be, I understand that there are people who take this stuff seriously. Mm-hmm. It's so people in this game, like in this game is supposed to be funny, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny. But people just like outright just say the dumbest like 4-year-old questions. Mm-hmm. Like, no, of course nobody thought the Patriots fucking created war. Yeah. You dumbass. Like there's degrees that matter. Like, I just want to grab everybody in this game and fucking shake them by their lapels and be like, think like a real fucking person, you child.
For a minute.
Damn imbeciles. Just this world of fucking idiots that Kojima populates with, is like his games with. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's the dumbest fucking people. Every single one of them. So dumb. But this is a really fun game and it's very funny as well.
Yes.
So just I had to get that out because it is trying to make me feel shit. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, man, you can't do it. You're not good at it. Mm-hmm. Like it's so childlike. So this is not a stealth game, which is what the Metal Gear Solid games tend to be. There are really weird and I would argue misguided vestigial stealth elements.
Agreed.
In this, I think that they're pretty bad. Instead, this is like a hack and slash kind of character action game that is all about over the top. Absolutely, like it's the most anime poison thing we've ever done for the show. Yeah, it's extremely like playing Advent Children in a lot of places. As your cyborg sword man attacks with your sword using combos, you have a light attack and a heavy attack, and you attempt to damage and stun enemies.
Yeah.
In the basic.
The core of what makes this game fun for me is its block and parry system. I think this is good. This is about as good as it's been, actually. So incoming attacks that are blockable, most of the time they're going to be signaled by kind of like a red flash and a red cross coming from that enemy. What you have to do when you see one of those come in is press the analog stick in the direction of where that attack is coming from in relation to Raiden and press your light strike button, and you will block. And you can do this both in the middle of combos and even if you are facing in a different direction. And if you time this just right, you will stun the enemy and open up the opportunity to go into blade mode. This was kind of the big advertised feature of this game that everybody kind of associates with it, because it's kind of all they had for the many years that they were developing it. We'll talk about the troubled development here. But you go into this blade mode, time slows down, and you can freely direct your cuts with your right analog stick.
Yes. You can also, there's a couple different control schemes for this. This is counterintuitive to me.
Yeah.
On the base, I switch it to Control B, where you just change the angle and then press a button to strike rather than flicking
Yeah.
the stick. But basically, this is the star of the show. And I generally think this works really well. Like, I would agree with you that this is fun. There's every once in a while, I would get a little confused with the camera.
Yeah.
You know, I think I was thinking about my relationship with character action games as a thing, and like why I don't like any of them as much as I like God Hand.
Right.
And it's because you square up with enemies in God Hand.
Yeah.
This you end up doing big multi-person melees, big Bayonetta feelings to me, where it's like it's fun, but I like this more than that.
That's funny because I mostly play this as like a one-on-one. It actually didn't really matter if I was locked on and squared up with an enemy.
It's when I say squared up, I don't necessarily mean one-on-one. I mean camera behind me,
pointing
enemy
at them.
Always, always pointing at the enemy so I can see them. I'm not constantly switching around, enemies and coming from the side and stuff.
Yeah.
The way the camera was kind of chaotic kind of threw me off in this, and it just goes to, I wanted something a little bit closer to a Souls thing usually when I'm reading attacks. But this is a really, in terms of this genre for me, I like this a little bit more than I like Bayonetta, and a little bit less than I like God Hand. It's good.
I'd put myself there too. Yeah.
If the enemy has been damaged enough, or if you counter them, you get this cue. You get a little flash, and you can go into blade mode to cut them in half for a Zendatsu, which is you fatalitying them. You cut them in half, and you grab their spine out, and you crush it for a full heal. And it also refills your blade mode. So this is your main source of healing. There are some consumables, but this is the main way you're going to be healing.
Yes. You do not have to Zandatsu somebody to cut them apart. As enemies take damage, you will see that their limbs kind of get this blue pattern over them, kind of like a blue grid kind of thing. This means that if you go into blade mode, you won't have slow motion, but you can use your blade mode attack to sever those limbs. And what's fun is most enemies will still continue to attack you. You can cut off both of a cyborg's arms and he will attempt to headbutt you, like the main character from Lisa.
It's extremely what is it? The Monty Python.
Yes.
The knight. Very silly.
Yeah.
You also get sub weapons in this. This is where you get rocket launchers and grenades and stuff. This is where your consumables are to heal, things like that. This is also, I would argue, like largely underused as a thing, mostly because I think the combat is too fast paced to aim anything.
Yeah, most of the time, if I tried to aim, especially at an airborne enemy, all of their ground-based support would come up at me. The aiming system just isn't very good.
No, it's really like all of the things that are Metal Gear-y about this should have been taken away, like the stealth and the reliance on gadgets and stuff. Like you get 3D porno mags to distract enemies with, and like that's not very useful. Like sneaking around is not good in this.
Yeah, in fact, I kind of want to fight. Like fighting is fun, so I don't want to avoid. I don't want to avoid these encounters.
It's if they forced you to do more of that stuff, I feel like it would seriously damage the game.
Yes.
And that almost feels like, if they were really trying to shoehorn in like, oh no, this is still Metal Gear, don't worry.
Yeah.
They could have really fucked up and stepped on a rake.
They really could have. Yeah. Fortunately, Platinum is more discerning than that.
Yeah. They luckily did not step on that rake. As you beat bosses, you'll obtain their special weapons, and these replace your strong attacks. So these have specific uses that we can talk about as we unlock them. I ended up sticking with the first one for most of the game.
The first one is really useful.
I liked the spear. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. There are some light RPG elements in this. You can upgrade your capabilities with battle points that you get by performing well in combat. You can improve like your health and your fuel cell capacity, which gives you more blade mode. You can even do upgrades to your weapons, either damage or for your main sword. You can make it like recharge more energy as you slash people and stuff. You're gonna want to be updating. And you can do this like not just between missions, but like you can go into the codec and fire off and do this, and then just start at the most recent checkpoint, which is the checkpoints are generous, so you can do it pretty much anytime.
Yes. In character action tradition, there are a couple of moves that should have been included.
Yep.
With your character that you actually have to buy for some reason. Some of these are just combos, but you also your air parry and your dodge roll are both locked behind this gate.
There's a boss that I don't know. I don't know how you would do without air parry. So.
Yeah, it's really silly when this genre doesn't include stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see that they knew that you needed them, so they made them cheap.
Yeah.
Everything else is like many thousands, and these are like 3,000 and 4,000 respectively. And just like, why not just fucking give them to me?
Mm-hmm. Give them to me and tutorialize them, please. Yeah. Between fights, you get around these stages. Your primary way of doing that is by using a ninja run ability. This is just like a context sensitive free run, where you will automatically navigate obstacles in front of you. Kind of similar. It's like a much more like hands-off version of what you have in Assassin's Creed. And now while you're ninja running, you can do quick slashes and also kind of do these side attacks, start combos. This ends up being pretty useful because as you are ninja running, if there are projectiles coming toward you, bullets, Raiden will automatically slash them out of the air. So this is a way to close the distance without taking damage and possibly getting stunned.
Yeah, and it ends up becoming necessary anytime that bullets are coming at you.
Yeah.
You can deploy this tactically. When it does allow for a stealthy approach, it uses the caution/alert model from the rest of the series. So they don't know about you. They might know about you. Caution. They go into alert, and then they go back into caution, which means increased patrols and the like.
Yeah.
You're going to fight anyway.
Yeah.
There aren't really places to hide or circumvent enemies. Even though you can do recon, you have like a kind of a detective vision.
Yeah.
But if you do anything with that, it turns off.
Yes.
So it is not really possible to stealth this, I feel like.
There are doors, like the way to progress may be locked off to you if you are in caution or alert mode. But you get around that by killing everybody who might have been alerted to you. So combat gets you forward either way.
Yeah. This is largely boss and like mini boss.
Yeah.
So just the regular soldiers are not what you're playing this for. That's just to kind of show off. The bosses are tough, and you have to learn the game's mechanics and kind of learn the boss's patterns for them. They're also very cinematic.
Yeah.
They're tied in these kind of larger than life set pieces. You have to do quick time events in the middle of the boss. Every boss will jump out of their arena, taunt you, and do something.
Yeah.
You have to deal with things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quick time events, I feel like I'm seeing fewer and fewer of those, which is good. It feels very dated when you get into a game that relies on them as much as you get here. Just the
nice thing about absolutely. The nice thing about this one is that if you just have to hit the button, it doesn't matter if you hit the wrong button first.
Right.
Because that's the worst. Like when quick time events are just going to come out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And you're just trying to do a combo or something, and you fail for hitting the wrong button.
Yes. Each of the encounters is ranked. I would say they're ranked too much. One of my one of my complaints about this is that as it is tallying up your points and showing you the complete breakdown, by time, how many Zandatsus you had, etc., you can't proceed. Like it will actually block you. And it's like, no, I want to run to the next fight. Don't tell me how I did. I don't care if I got a C or a B on this. I'm not going for an S. Please stop.
Yeah. They should allow you to audit Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
so you don't get a grade.
Yeah.
You still get to play through it.
I don't know if that's like a rare, if that's like me playing the game wrong or whatever, but like, yeah, I don't care about the rankings. We've talked about that before. We talked about it with Bayonetta and with Devil May Cry. It's a mainstay that I do not understand. It does not tickle my psychographic.
Yeah. I have no interest in being scored in a video game. Aesthetically, this game is bold. Mm-hmm. It is very of its time. Both in terms of like kind of everything about it. Like this is teenage edgelord feelings. I feel like, kind of front to back. Like, Raiden is ridiculous and has a ridiculous voice performance in this, where he starts talking like this. He starts going into Marge mode. Like, Homer, I will terminate you. Like, he starts going into Marge mode, and it's so ridiculous. And then the most famous part of the aesthetics of this is the music, which is like an Evanescence Power Man 5000 experience that I learned through talking on the Slack that tons of people absolutely fucking adore. And I was surprised because I was like, man, this shit's embarrassing.
I kind of like it. There are a couple of bangers in this.
I hate every single one of these songs. I wouldn't listen to them with your ears.
Not even the Mr. one? The Mr. one's really good. No. With the piano? Okay.
No way, dude.
All right.
No. I can't do it. Oh, can't do it.
The lyrics are fucking embarrassing, but like the actual just like rock stuff is fine to me. It fits. It's of a piece to me.
It's a very specific kind of rock, though. It's like it's very Power Man 5000. There's when you fight Sundowner, and it's got the dubstep drops in the middle of the rock, and like you're meant to find this funny. Like you're meant to be like, oh man, look at this bad music. Actually, this music's really bad. I wouldn't listen to this unless, like I feel like you're meant to like, this is supposed to be guilty pleasure music, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I had when lyrics come in, and when I'm playing a video game. And they're commenting on what's happening in the video game, like that is poison to me.
Yeah. So we're split on that. Like, I don't absolutely love this. I feel like it's complimentary. Yeah.
It does go for the vibe they're going for. It just, I like this game in spite of the vibe.
Yeah.
It'd be like the mall teen vibe this is going for is not something I respect. In any way.
You do not respect a mall teen.
No, of course not. Like, what am I doing respecting a Maltine? Like, I do not respect the corner in the back of the Spencers where they have like the black light t-shirts and
I think that all humans deserve some dignity, but that's okay. You can be different
humans
too.
Deserve more dignity than others.
Okay,
man. So no personal offense to any listener or Ethan, if you dig the music in this game, it does fit, but every single time it happened, it made me feel like I was watching a demo kiosk for like a 2003 skateboarding video or something, and I just got really embarrassed and felt my skin crawl.
Yeah, this is what would have been like on the the sample listening station at a Sam Goody circa 2002.
2007 X Games like soundtrack, like guap. It's a thing though.
There are some kind of standard Metal Gear Solid things that are present here too. There are VR missions that we didn't do really. I did the ones that were tutorials, but like those get down into challenge modes. People enjoy those. Also, codec conversations come back, but I'm not here to look at the talking heads. All of the lore that you would get out of that, you can just get by reading the TV tropes page.
Yeah. I'm glad that you also did not go deep on the codec, because in this type of game, like it really hurts the pace, and this is coming from somebody who thinks that it hurts the pace in like regular Metal Gears as well.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's a great pacing thing. It's even more in stark relief here, where it's like, you want me to get pumped. You want me to, engage with this really fun combat. I don't care about Doctor's backstory.
No.
He's a cartoon. I know that you can learn his real name, but
yeah.
Seems like a nice enough fella. Even though, who knows, in Metal Gear 9, he'll turn out to be the founder of the Illuminati or whatever.
Right.
Similar to how the guys from Metal Gear 3 turned out to be all the shitheads.
Yeah, all the Patriots.
For no reason.
Yeah. Only some
of those
of them,
really nice guys turned out to be monsters.
Right. Paramedic, no. Why did you make a gray fox? Stop.
It doesn't seem like something that would happen.
Nope.
But can't question the genius.
How dare you?
Man. Soldiers are good.
So we know a lot about this game's development, primarily because a lot of it happened in the open. This game was announced well before it should have been. Well before they even really had a game to put around the concept and the mechanics. They began working on this initial version, and then it was scrapped before Platinum came in to rescue it.
Right. Kojima, just after Metal Gear Solid 4, Kojima's team was working on what was going to be Metal Gear Solid 5, which is going to be a prequel centered on the boss. But this fell through because of mismanagement. So the team kind of expressed their interest in telling the story of how Raiden became a cyborg.
Yes.
And they went with that. They were originally going to make this take place between Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4.
Right. And this was teased throughout the first half of 2009, a scant year after Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, before it was revealed at the Microsoft presentation at E3. This was a big deal that it was revealed at a Microsoft presentation because this was like, there was still some console war bullshit going on, and Microsoft was making this big play to get more Japanese developed games on the system. People lost their shit thinking that this was going to be Xbox 360 exclusive for the first time, a Metal Gear game not leading on the PlayStation. That was not the case, though.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not exclusive. I ended up playing the PC
Same
version of this. Yeah. When E3 2010 rolled around, they just had a short trailer, a demonstration of realistic human dismemberment, which is no-go in Japan. You're not supposed to vivisect people.
Nope.
And what we know about this version of the game is that probably would have resembled the Arkham games.
Yeah.
Less focus on the kind of stealth, more hunting on dispatching enemies, not kind of like waiting for guard patrols, but actually being a predator.
Yes. There still would have been stealth. You would not want to take people on directly, making the balance between stealth and combat a little bit more even. But the team was still attached, as they would be kind of to the end, to making this more like assuring people that this was going to be like a Metal Gear Solid kind of experience. Kind of talking up the idea that you would not actually have to kill any humans. You could do these non-lethal runs that focused on disabling the cyborgs as opposed to killing them, zipping through and cutting off their legs so they can't come at you.
This project lost its way in late 2010. The original director was sent to another division at Konami. And they basically, apparently at this point, they designed a really good cutting system, but not a game to put around it. Like they knew how to dismember things, but that was going to be a minor part of the stealth focused game they're going to do.
Yeah.
So they needed to make a game that would support cutting everything into little pieces.
Yes.
Such as my life into little pieces.
Is this your, which of your resorts is this?
It's either the penultimate or the ultimate resort.
Okay.
Sandals, Jamaica.
Yep. Damn it. I was thinking, is it sandals too? Okay. Yeah. Oh man. So Platinum Games, they were just interested in the project. They were looking forward to playing it when it came out. They were fans, and they asked Kojima like, "Hey, what's up with that? Kind of seems to have disappeared." And Kojima was like, "Oh, funny you should mention that. We're not doing it anymore. And if you want, if this is going to be made, we want it to be kept in the hands of a Japanese studio. Do you want to strike a deal?" And they did.
Yeah. So Platinum, in order to kind of have more freedom, they moved the time period of the game until after Metal Gear Solid 4. Got rid of most of the stealth elements, which they found dull. Who knows if they would have been dull in the way their game was originally. They suck in how the game is now. But after that, the development happened really smoothly once it kind of found its identity. Rewrites happened quickly. Platinum did what Platinum does, which is, either make their own games or take properties and make character action versions of it. There's a Transformers Platinum game that is a character action game. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. We mentioned the music. This is composed by Jamie Christopherson. It is mostly heavy metal and electronic music. We mentioned that the bosses have their own themes with lyrics. You can go and read these and get some just real juvenile poetry about their personal philosophies and backstories. I like some of them. Gary doesn't. This is all preferable to them stating this information directly to you. Like, if this content is going to be there, I would rather it be in the lyrics of a song that I can ignore than
a post-death monologue.
Yeah. There is still monologuing. Like, it's this game does end up being heavier on the cutscenes than I would like. But they did us a solid by putting this more, let's say, juvenile ephemeral stuff into the lyrics, right?
Yeah. And it's also, the cutscenes in this are like the line that the Metal Gear Solid games toe with comedy. Mm-hmm. You know, there are people. I don't think, my personal opinion is that the Metal Gear Solid games in general are meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
And that to some people, it's just super funny because it's outlandish, but I don't think that's the intended effect.
Yeah.
Except in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think this is meant to be funny.
Yeah.
It's so, I mean, especially like in anybody who doubts that, like, who are the people shedding single tears at the end boss of this? Like, you know, maybe people are Sniper Wolf and that shit, but if so, I don't understand you. Like, I think this is meant to be not taken super seriously, personally.
Agreed.
So the cutscenes don't bother me as much because they're funny.
Yeah.
You know, if I think of them as a comedy thing, like, oh, this makes sense. You're not, and the only times they really fall down for me is when they're really trying to make me feel something.
Yes.
You know, because I know that war is bad. I know soldiers are good. You've been telling me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. You're preaching to the choir, man.
Yeah.
The final teasers were sent out to the press inside these small replicas of Raiden's severed arm.
Yeah.
So free arm.
Just mail those. Mail an arm to somebody. Just in a poster tube.
Yeah. Yeah. And the game did well. Sold really well. Reviewed pretty well. It's like an 80 on Metacritic. Mm-hmm. You know, which is about right. You know, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems about appropriate.
That's about where I put it. Overall on things. There were 2 pieces of story DLC that were released. These are included in the PC version. We're not going to be covering those because they're actually kind of lengthy. But these fill out the backstories of some of the characters, like things that they were doing immediately before the events of the game. Kind of the major antagonist rival to Raiden, Jetstream Sam, and also Blade Wolf, who is this AI robot wolf with a saw for a tail.
That was the big reason why I didn't want to do the DLCs, is because they filled in backstory.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not that interested. Kojima enjoyed working with Platinum. He wanted to make a new version, like a sequel to this game, either with the original interquel between Metal Gear. It's real wild.
Yeah.
Between Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4, showing how Raiden became a cyborg, or doing a new story involving Gray Fox.
Yeah.
Did not happen.
Yeah. And like any story that involves Kojima and Metal Gear, it ends with him having a massive falling out with Konami. His relationship with them deteriorated as Konami just very clearly and apparently just stopped wanting to make video games. And so after Metal Gear Solid 5, he pieced out, formed his own studio, and did Death Stranding. And the last Metal Gear game we're going to get, outside of maybe a pachinko game somewhere, is Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, not even Metal Gear 5.
Yep.
Not even the good one. I like, if they weren't so loud and making so many pachinko things based on former properties, I would kind of respect Konami just being like, I don't want to make video games anymore.
Yeah, just not a market we want to do. Have you seen how profitable gambling is?
People, I've invented the perfect business. People walk in, they leave their money, and they walk out. We got to normalize people just retiring.
Yeah.
You know, or companies just being like, we just don't want to do that anymore. You know,
I'd respect it more if they sold off the IP to other people so they could continue making it. But yeah,
100%. Like, they should stop making pachinko machines of it. You know, even though, like, if I'm in a casino, I will play the Silent Hill pachinko before I would play like the generic pachinko.
Theming matters. Come on.
Think of the lore. Like, I'm interested in seeing how the pachinko continues James' story. Does he become a gambling addict?
Pyramid Head. Oh, Eddie.
Nurse, like desiccated nurse boob. So that's basically what we got for generalities here. The bulk of this episode is going to be in the moment to moment. There's lots of cutscenes and stuff that happens, fun combat. That's all going to be in the main episode. If you are hearing this, you can get that by going to Patreon, as we mentioned. And if not, thank you for listening to this, and we'll be back next week with a dispatch.
We will.
Umbasa.